In this video, we're going to look at images, primarily images, how to put them in alongside text, and how to position them using CSS. So apart from the nice header that we've got here, we would like some images to go in here. Now this text, as you can see, is also left aligned, so maybe justifying it might be a little bit better. So we'll just look at that first. So I'm going to open up Dreamweaver, and in Dreamweaver I'm going to pick index, just open that one, okay, because this is where I've got some content on here. Now if I go to my style sheet, I can get that here, and I've got it in split mode, which is fine. And on the left here you can see I've got content, which is basically this area, a whole area here. I'm just going to change text align to justify, okay, and save it, have a look at it. Does it look like it's justified? Well, check it on the web page as well, refresh, and yeah, that looks a little bit better, okay. So some of these things are quite important that you can just fix little bits and pieces like that. Okay, so now on to images. Well, images are going to be saved into this image folder. Now, as you can see, I've got lots of images already in here, and all of these little images make up this header. So I don't want to move those or play around with them. So what I want to do is name my images appropriately. So maybe I will call it IMG and then whatever it happens to be. So going on to, I'm going to get my images from the internet. So I've searched for surfing images. Here's one here. Now the important thing here would obviously to be looking at the resolution of an image. So if that's 700 by 400, that's going to take up a lot of my web page because I've got roughly about 1,000 in terms of width. So if I do want this image, save image as, I'm going to put it into my website, images folder, and as you can see I've got lots in there which mostly are called template. So I will give this name, the name of this file, I'll just call it img surf, surf, that'll do, image surf, and save. Okay, now just to check the size of that image, if I go to my folder, and there it is, image surf. If I get the info for that, so you would just right click on properties and just confirm its size is, yes, 700 by 410. So maybe I would want to reduce that in size. So how will I do that? Well, I would have to open it with Fireworks. So you either open Fireworks and then do File Open, or you can right click hopefully on the image and you can then open it in Fireworks as well. And what we will do, we will not worry about the height as much as the width. The width is the most important thing because your websites will always have a scroll bar going down sideways. So what we want to do is just actually reduce the size of this image width-wise. So if I go down to the properties at the bottom here, image, you can see I've got 700 by 410. And if I keep this constrain properties clicked, you can see it's locked in here. So I can just reduce this down then. So if I do 400, so it's going to take not exactly half, a bit less than half. So you could do 300, 350, so on, things like that. And what you could actually do is say that all your images are going to be 400 or 300 in width. You would have to try one and see what it's like. So now I just do file save, and I'm going to skip back to my Dreamweaver website, and I'm going to look at putting this image in here now. Now we're going to do this by just going to the source code. So in the source code, I'm going to put the image near the top. So you just position it after the, let's say I'm going to put it in this area. So I want it to be in this block here, area, but all that text moved along. So first of all, we just put the image in. So I'm just going to say img src equals double quotes, and then you can see browse. You can browse to find that image surf. There it is. So it said img/image surf.jpg, and I can then just close that. Okay. So if I save it, have a look at it, there it is, it's there. If you look at it in Google Chrome, okay, it's here. But of course, that's not where I want it. I want it to be, this text then to be moved over to here, okay? So we need to add a little bit extra. Now, if you think about it, you might be doing this on the home page, you might be doing it on the links page, the news page, and so on. So what you could do is think of hit tags that you were going to add into here. So I'm going to just do it after my content or after H1, doesn't really matter, do it after H1. And I'm going to just call this with a dot img01, okay? And then I'll do tab key, and then curly brackets, open and close. And then what I'm going to do here is just say that this is going to float on the right or the left. So if I do float left, semicolon, save that. It's not done anything yet. I've got to go back to my code now. So I've got this called img01. So back to my source code. Here it is, the image. And because the actual HTML tag is called img. Now if I had to put this just saying img, that would change all the images, including images that I've got for my header up here. So I don't want to do that. So that's why I've given it this specific name, which is called a class. We did the same before with content, this div tag. So if we create any other div tags, this content one only affects this div tag. So this image, I only want to be affected by that class, okay? So that's CSS. So if I do this, and you can see I've now got this option to pick this one because I actually wrote the CSS for img01 first, and it gives me the option to pick it. So if I save now, okay, so now it has gone in here, but it still doesn't look great, and we can see why, because the text is actually touching this edge here, okay? So what we want to do is maybe do some padding on this image, and what we can do, they've got 4 different paddings. You've got left, and it starts off left, right? So left, top, or sorry, it starts off top, I believe, actually. It starts top, right, bottom, left, okay? And you'll see what I mean now. So going back to surfing styles, so that's the float, and if I do padding, now I could do padding and just do that for all sides, right? So if I did padding 5 pixels, save that, and bring it up here, you can see there it's done it, right? And it's more or less fine. But if I wanted this image to actually be the same level as the top of this text and not to be in on this side either, well, I could be more specific here. So if I imagine the top, I don't want anything at the top, so I put 0, okay? So 0px, or you could just put 0, in fact. 0, and then to the right I do want, so 5px, and then the bottom I probably do want it as well, so 5px, and then on the left hand side I don't, so 0px and semicolon. So save that, and if I go back to my website, and there you have it. Okay, so the image has gone from the very top along here, so it's the top edge of this, and going down this side and so on. Now I don't know if our text has actually got padding on it, because we did do content. No, we just did padding left here, so it's fine. Okay, so that's how you do that one. Now let's say I get another image. So this is a possibility where I want to have, of course, more than one image, and most of you probably will, right? So I'll get this image, right-click, save image as, and now, of course, I've called this one image surf, but now this one will be image surf 02, I'll just call that. You probably want to start giving your images appropriate names, of course. Now, this next image, I've got to decide where it's going to go. So maybe I want to have it like just above this paragraph, or just within this paragraph, but on the right-hand side. So I'll leave a paragraph with no text, and then one here. So just above this one, I will find that in my text. And it is just, where is it? Here we go. So in between these paragraphs here, so you can see right in between here. And I'm just going to do enter. And then same again, image src equals browse image surf2. Now this one I didn't check about the size, so we'll have to do that afterwards. And then I'll close that. So you can see why we've got / here for this, because this image tag doesn't have, it's not like an open and close tag, it's just got a single sort of open and close altogether, not like the paragraph where you can see paragraph open, paragraph close. Okay, it's different. So now this one I need to create, just save it, I need to create a tag for it because it's going to be different from this one. So I'm just going to copy this one essentially, and you could do as many images as you want, and this one will be number 2, and instead of the left I want it to be on the right. And then same again, so top I will want for this one to be 5 pixels. To the right I want 0 pixels. The bottom 5 pixels, and left I want 5 pixels. So you can see you might want to change it according to where the image might be. Now, as I say, you could just do padding 5 pixels around and then you could forget about it. But it depends what your images are positioning wise, you know. So instead of this name even, I could have called this, if I said to myself I was going to have 2 images on my website on every page, then this could be image left and image right, okay, things like that. So I've changed this to the right, so I've got image 02, save it, go back to my code, and then just in here I'm going to put class equals, and then image 02, space. Okay, moment of truth to see if that looks right. Now you can see, as I said, I haven't resized it, so it's absolutely massive. And that's what happens. You get this huge image that's just essentially not worked out. Okay, so if I've decided that it was 400 pixels, I would have to do the same with that image too. So I'll just go back to fireworks and close this one and open. Image surf2, massive image, image size, bring it down to 400. Okay, all right, so that's zoomed out, of course. If I look at it at 100%, still pretty big. Save it. So I just did Control S, back to Dreamweaver, and well, it should automatically, if I just do split or code and back to design, you'll see it should resize. Or if I close it and open it again, because I've changed the image a bit, it's changed now. There we go, and you can see the size there. If I refresh it here, okay, it's good. Now, as you can see, it drops off down at the bottom here. That might be just that I want to then think about, well, maybe I just move this image up to about here, possibly. So just above where it says nulla in this text. So I could do that easily by just moving the position, right? So here I've got the image here. I just select it, Control X, which basically cuts, and then just put it in here instead. Right, so the paragraph before, save that. There it is in there. Look at it on my website, and it looks a bit better. Not saying it looks brilliant or anything, but you know, it's all a bit playing around with the content. Sometimes you have to do that a bit. And you can see here, yeah, I have got sort of this 5 pixel thing. As I said, it's probably best just to do padding on all of them like that and just have a left and a right sort of thing, and you can choose whether you want it to be left, right, and then where it goes on the page. So that's what I would, the suggestion maybe to do that. So I'm just going to literally do that now just to show you. So padding 5 pixels, padding 5 pixels. So that would be on all edges. And then if you want to do it, as I say, left, image left, IMG left, IMG right, save that, and then I just make sure that on my code here, that this one is image left, and this one's image right. So you can do that, or you could be a little bit more fussy in terms of how you want the images to look. Okay, so did I do that right? Let's hopefully let's see. Image left, just check it. IMG left, yeah, looks right. I didn't do capital L, so I did that there. And there it is, right? So if I look at it on my website, it's basically the same, but of course it's indent. It's got a little bit of padding around this side, a little bit of padding on this side. That So you've seen both ways of doing this, but if you're trying to get lots of content on different pages, you might just want to put image left, image right, and then just choose those two. And it doesn't really matter how many images you put onto your web page, that it all gets in there and fits around the text justified.